Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about Void Erosion Purge 28, and with this build we are going to be utilizing Serena. Now that may come to no surprise for most people. Serena is quite the busted character, and this is even after the quick patch notes. I don't think that they've nerfed her yet, but let's continue. So we're going to start off with utilizing a weapon that this group of enemies is weak against. We're going to be using a burst type weapon, and we're going to be using electrical. This is going to be the Secret Garden. Now this Secret Garden needs to be close to as max to the wall as you possibly can, as Serena herself is a beast of a character. The Secret Garden, or the weapon that you use, which in this case will be Secret Garden, needs to be kitted out in the proper way. Now you're going to need fire attack 10, firearm critical hit damage 10, sprint speed is fine, arm shot accuracy is a good bonus on there, and then bonus attack versus Order of Truth. Since it's a purple mod there, you want more bang for your buck. It's multiplicative, so you're going to go with the bonus attack versus Order of Truth, as the enemies in this thing is going to be Order of Truth. Then you're going to be going into a firearm attack max, firearm critical hit damage max, firearm critical hit damage max, and you're going to want some type of electric attack on there, preferably a purple. More preferred would be the gold. And then this Secret Garden is going to be basically your weakest version of an electrical weapon that you can have. Now you may be asking yourself, why don't I use the Thunder Cage? The Thunder Cage itself does not have native electric to it for some reason. They gave electricity to so many other weapons, even Hammer and Anvil. I think of Hammer and Anvil, I think of fire, but they gave it electric. But anyway, I digress. So the modules you're going to be wanting to run on this is, let's get to that in a second. The next weapon we're going to be utilizing is the Executioner. The Executioner, you're going to want it at least firearm attack 8 and another firearm attack 8. The recoil, you want, I prefer the 2 double recoils because it does kind of pop when you shoot it. Bonus firearm attack versus Order of Truth. Now you're only going to be utilizing this weapon versus the boss. You can use it on other enemies in there, bigger enemies if you do want to, but I digress. It is the Executioner, so it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to make their electrical resistance go down. It's going to shoot real hard. And then you're going to want weak point damage, firearm attack, electrical attack, firearm critical hit rate. Now you don't want critical hit damage, as the critical hit damage on the weapon I don't particularly think is too high. I'll look into it later as this video continues, but this is what I had going with me in the Executioner. Now the Secret Garden itself. The Secret Garden is kitted out with rifle reinforcement, recycling rounds, action reaction, bullet integration, electric priority. You can see everything on the screen. Spray and pray. The spray and pray is the most important one here. As you hit a weak spot, you don't consume rounds, and that's going to give you more bang for your buck. You're only going into electric priority because it gives you 80. If I'm not mistaken, no, it gives you 50. It gives you 50 bonus to the electrical damage, so a little bit more bang for your buck there when utilizing the Secret Garden. With this setup here, on paper it says that the DPS of the Secret Garden is up to 2 mil, so it's a very good weapon for the activity. With the recent changes to Void Erosion Purge, it kind of just melts. Now the Executioner is going to be kitted out with, you don't really want to get shell up and special round charge improvement max. You don't want to like put Kuiper into those. They don't really change the number just changes on how you equip it, but you don't really need that. You want all the other bells and whistles though: electrical conductor, electrical enhancement, electrical gun barrel. You want all those, and this is utilizing none of the new mods, so this is all stuff that you should already have kitted out. So the Executioner is going to destroy the final boss within seconds. You're going to see that in this video clip. Now the inversion reinforcement. The inversion reinforcement is going to be set up like this. You're going to be using electrical rounds. You're going to be utilizing the strike point amplification for weak spot damage, and you're going to be doing the risk mitigation protocol because it reduces the damage to you. Now, Serena is a beast of a character. Again, she's broken, and the way that she's going to be kitted out this time is you're going to be wanting to use this setup here. You can go ahead and look at it on screen. I'll talk to you about it a little bit, but I'm going to get into some things where she's really broken. If you already know this, I mean, you already know this, but Serena has this ability called Divinity, and Divinity makes your attacks go through the roof. Air attack increase 45%, air explosive 45%, air accuracy increase 30%, air recoil reduction rate negative 30%, damage reduction while airborne negative 15%. I think that was at 30% before, but anyway, it's still a significant amount to get you through the actual Void Erosion Purge 28. So again, her skills are kind of based off of her health when you use her redemption, and this is what you're going to want to use. And I combine this with him, as this increases your overall damage based off of her health. So the redemption's judgment is going to give you additional damage, additional firearm explosive damage. It's a damage multiplier times her HP times 0.8. Now, the only way that they could really nerf this character is if they changed it to like times 0.1 or something, but still, she's doing so much damage with this skill. It is ridiculous, and the expandable range on it is quite large. So I put it at 10 meters. Other people have had it at 17. Some people have had it at 22, but 10 meters is fine. You're in a confined area. You're really not going to feel the big difference in this explanation from 10 meters to 17 meters. So it does work for some people, but I just want to explain to you that if you're watching this video, then you're just like me. I mean, you're not that guy, and you're gonna need to be that guy by the time you get to 30, or at least close to it. So the reactor we're using is a burning singularity reactor, and we're not really kitting this out for the weapon, but in this case, we do want the skill effect range. We want the skill cooldown. We do want both of those. It's a firepower, singular power skill booster. And we have those on there because when we utilize our skill, it's going to have more range. It's going to have better cooldown. And in this specific instance, those specific things on there matter for the reactor. So you don't have to have the tac rifle thing on there, right? You don't want like a bunch of these singular reactors just clogging up your inventory to kit out for a single thing that you're going to breeze through and probably never come back to. But this is the reactor you're going to be wanting to use. We're using the Ascending Armory Auxiliary Power Unit, the Ascending set, and this gives us skill cost a little bit negative. So when we float a lot, when reloading them in air, it provides you with rounds, with rounds in the air. So we're doing that. The important thing here is the max HP. That's what you want. Then you're going to want the MP recovery in combat. This isn't the ideal one right here. MP recovery in combat and something else would have been preferred, not character XP game modifier. And then you want the max defense on here if you can get it. That's going to be the best. MP recovery modifier. So this is like the god roll that I do want, but I want it all in gold. And then the shield recovery modifier is not really needed because we're using overwhelming HP. So the shield recovery modifier and whatever this is on here is it just really don't fit with the kit. But again, we got the 4-piece set here for the Ascending armor set for Serena. I keep wanting to say Sharon, but definitely not Sharon. Serena. The arcade tuning, you can see that I haven't maxed her out. This isn't even a maxed out Serena build. I even have some points left over I didn't even use for the run. So this is what you're going to be leaning into. Firearm attack. You're really going to be needing this stuff. The enhanced affinity, advantage damage multiplier. You don't want the crit damage, the crit rate. You want all that, but you really want to lean into her health. Her health is going to give you more attack, and the more health that you got, the more attack power that you get, the quicker the enemies die. So that's what you're going to need, all that, and eventually you're going to be working your way down to around to get this HP mod over there. That is like your ultimate goal. So if you needed to trim something back, I don't think you trim anything back. I think you just continue down this pathway here and get the max HP that you possibly can. So for the Serena character, this is going to be the overall kit that you're going to be wanting to use for that Void Erosion Purge. 28. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully you are watching the escalating videos of the Void Erosion Purge from 20, where do I start at? 27, 26, 25, 26, 27. This is 28, 29, and 30 are to come later in the days. So watch that guide on there. Leave a comment in the comment section if this video helped you guys out. Like, share, and subscribe. Get in where you fit in, and I will see you in the next one.